Intellectual property creation and management for emerging growth technology companies. Trademark protection overview. This presentation is brought to you by the IP attorneys and professionals at HULSEY Intellectual Property Lawyers through the HULSEY Intellectual Property Technology and Invention Monitor website. HULSEY Intellectual Property Lawyers, IP professionals for entrepreneurship's new golden age. This presentation is part of the Technology and Invention Monitor website's Legal and Business Issues and Instructions resource. Intellectual property creation and management for emerging growth technology companies. Trademark protection overview. Let's begin the presentation.
What is a trademark? A trademark is a thing that protects. It's any word, name, symbol, or device that acts as an indication of the source of a product or service. Where did it come from? Including slogans, sounds, and packaging. What's the purpose of trademark protection? It's to promote public interest in knowing the source of a good or service, protects the goodwill and reputation of the trademark owner, and the duration. Trademarks may exist indefinitely as long as they are abandoned. Trademark. The example of a trademark that I think is just as positive as anything. A number of years ago there was a scare that existed in over-the-counter drugs that related to tampering of Tylenol tablets. The Tylenol was sold in a capsule, and someone had purchased a box of Tylenol and doctored the granules in the capsule. As a result of that, people were injured and some died. The Tylenol company, pharmaceutical company that makes Tylenol, recognizing the devastation that this problem could create for the Tylenol brand, went to work immediately upon our understanding that such tampering had occurred and recalled all of the Tylenol that was on all of the shelves in all the stores throughout the United States, throughout the world. Wherever Tylenol was, they pulled it back. And as a result of doing that, they changed the design to make it tamper-proof. And as a result of that, they put it back out in the marketplace. They created a campaign that responded to this devastating, potentially devastating event with the pain reliever, the Tylenol pain reliever. As a result of the response, as a result of the action, as a result of caring for the people that take the Tylenol drug, that response, even though it had the ability to devastate the trademark, the Tylenol trademark, by virtue of their response, the goodwill, the reputation of the organization, the company that sells Tylenol, Tylenol is a strong brand today, and in one of the darkest hours of that company, they built their reputation by taking immediate action. And now, when you see Tylenol, when you see the Tylenol brand, I almost always think of the goodwill, think of the action that that company took. Trademarks indicate where these products come from, and they indicate the goodwill associated with the company that provides such products. So what are the functions of a trademark? To identify and distinguish one's goods and services from others, to indicate the source of the goods and or services, even though the source is unknown, okay? And so it may not be actually known, but to identify that these goods come from the provider of this particular mark. For example, I just learned today where MapQuest was. It's in Denver, Colorado. Prior to today, I didn't know where MapQuest was. But I can tell you that for the last 3 or 4 years or more, I've continued to use the MapQuest service to get location. I always know that if I click on the internet and find the MapQuest logo, that the directions that I receive, they may not be the most expeditious way or the fastest way to get from one point to another, but I can rely on the fact that they'll get me from one point to another if I put the right information in. The trademarks serve as a symbol of goodwill. They assure the consistency of quality of goods and services. Well, that's what we're going to talk about as these small modules on trademarks ensue. Subject matter, scope of protection, the loss of protection rights, the mechanics of registration, the proper use of trademarks, and the issue of infringement.
This concludes the presentation. Thank you for viewing Intellectual Property Creation and Management for Emerging Growth Technology Companies. Trademark Protection Overview. Be sure to visit us at www.HULSEYIPlaw.com. Hulsey Intellectual Property Lawyers, IP professionals for entrepreneurship's new golden age. This is Bill Hulsey.